morning. It is Monday. It is October 8th. This is WGTV Today, and I'm Wayne Alley.
Good morning. I'm Kim Best. Thank you for joining us this Monday morning.
Yeah, we appreciate you being with us, and which, by the way, if you didn't realize this, we're on every morning, Monday through Friday, beginning at 7 o'clock. For an hour, we bring you information about what's going on locally and a few other things as well.
That's right. We give you lots of events and news and things that are happening right here in our community.
That's exactly right. And today, Kim, we're going to hear from several people, including our new Board of Elections. The Director of the Board of Elections, Rosemary Blizzard, is going to be with us today. Also, we'll hear from the Crime Stoppers Coordinator, Paige Learnard. Also today, we'll have a report from the Arts Council of Wayne County. And Mary Ellen LUTCAVAGE of Wayne Memorial Hospital is going to be with us. We're going to be talking about the big event coming up tomorrow evening at the hospital. Yeah, the Survivors' big event at the hospital.
We have lots of good information for you today, so thank you so much for staying with us. Stay with us the whole hour if you can, but if you can't, you can also see these shows later in the day, right here on Channel 10 or Channel 99 on AT&T users. But you can also view it on the city or the county's YouTube channel. You can follow us on Twitter, both the city and the county, and you can also follow us and like us on Facebook. So we've given you many opportunities and many avenues to stay up to date on what's happening in our community. Right,
That's
Wayne?
right, that's right, that's right. That's exactly right. Coming up October 13th, which is sometime this month, on October 13th at the Goldsboro Airport, the Wayne Executive Jetport out there, there's going to be a big event coming up. They're going to have a fly-in. Now and they're looking for volunteers to help with this thing. This is going to be absolutely big, and it's going to be great. If you enjoy airplanes, flying of any kind that's going on.
What time of day is
October 13th, it's just about all day. It starts in the morning about 9 o'clock, and it'll go until about 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's going to be a big event, and everybody's invited to attend. There's going to be so many planes to see.
Is it free of charge?
Pilots to talk to, yeah, it's free.
It is free.
It is free to get in. And if you would like to be a part of this, you need to talk to the folks out at the Wayne Executive Jetport. And I believe I have Doug's phone number here, or Tom Freeman's phone number. I have somebody's phone number here. Call the Wayne Executive Jetport. You can get that telephone number by going online to waynegov.com, and in the column
on the left side of the page.
Somewhere on the page you'll find a list of departments, and you go to those departments, you'll find the Wayne Executive Jetport, and you can find Doug Lancaster's phone number there. All right? But that's coming up October 13th. That's going to be a great day.
It is. And Wayne, coming up soon at the Paramount Theater, October the 21st.
Yes.
East Carolina University, their symphony orchestra will be coming to the Paramount Theater. This is their 3rd annual event.
Love those guys. At
the Paramount Theater, and tickets are $15 each. $15, I know.
Really?
It's a great price for what you're getting.
For what you're getting, that's an amazing price.
It is, and you can either call the Paramount Theater and get your tickets, or you can go to goldsboroparamount.com and you can get those tickets right there online. So that's October 21st, that's a Sunday afternoon, and East Carolina Symphony will be coming to Goldsboro.
Oh boy.
That's right.
Boy. Tomorrow evening, we will, and I'll tell you more about this in just a few minutes, but I want you to go out to Wayne Memorial Hospital tomorrow evening and celebrate the art of survival. I'll tell you more about that coming up in a few minutes. We're going to have a report from Mary Ellen LUTCAVAGE here in just a few minutes on that. Also coming up, the Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities Annual Awards Banquet. This banquet is on October 18th. It begins at noon o'clock at Herman Park Center. It's only $12 each. And if you have any questions about that, you can talk to Lettish Ward, the City of Goldsboro, 580-4359.
That's right. Lettish can fill you in.
Oh, yeah.
She sure can. And don't forget, mark your calendars for October the 27th. That is the chili cook-off, which is a benefit for the Community Soup Kitchen. So if you think you have the best chili recipe in town, you can call the Community Soup Kitchen and get yourself a booth and show us what you have to offer with your chili recipe.
The only thing is you can't take your booth home with you. You have to, you know, if you got a tent, well, I guess you could if you
bring it yourself.
If it's your booth, you can take it anywhere you want.
So you can decorate it any way you like, and people have gotten very creative over the years.
But see, I ate at a restaurant one time, and they had this nice booth, and they wouldn't let me take it home. So that's I just relate to that. See.
Well, this time you can bring your own, but all proceeds do go to benefit the Community Soup Kitchen. How about that?
Okay. Friends of Willowdale Cemetery will have a meeting starting at 5 o'clock at the Wayne County Museum. This is on October 16th now. at the museum at 5 p.m. October 16th. The topic will be Preserving Goldsboro's Oldest Cemetery, and the Friends of Willowdale are a new group dedicated to preserving the cemetery for future generations in Goldsboro and in Wayne County. The meeting is free and open to the public. If you'd like information, I have a number. The number is, you ready? 734-5023. 734-5023.
So anybody can join and be a part of this.
Absolutely.
Friends of Willowdale.
Anyone. Friends of the Willowdale Cemetery. And I'll tell you something, if you don't know where it is, or if you've never been to the Willowdale,
you should go.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you've got people from our community that are buried there that you probably don't even realize how far back the history goes.
Yeah.
I mean, it is amazing.
There's so
you
much
can
history
learn a lot.
there. Yes, indeed. And in fact, there's an organization here in town that says
Yes.
that the Willowdale is haunted. Haunted, I say.
Oh, my.
Oh, yes, mine too.
Well, if they're going to talk about that, I'm sure during the month of October, then we may hear more about that.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Reference to Halloween there.
Exactly.
All
Don't
right.
forget, October is fire prevention the whole month.
It is.
But what is special about today, Wayne?
Oh, today's the anniversary of the Great Chicago Fire, 1871. But a lot of people don't realize, and that's, the story of Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicking over the lantern and catching the barn on fire, and most of Chicago burned. But a lot of people don't realize that on the same day in Peshtigo, Wisconsin, an even bigger fire took place, and nobody heard.
Nobody heard about that one.
Nobody heard about that one. Nobody heard about the big Peshtigo fire because obviously
Chicago
and Mrs. O'Leary's cow had a better agent, and they were able to get the word out. But that's true. Peshtigo fire was actually bigger, did more damage, or covered bigger area.
Well, we'll hear more about Fire Prevention Month from various fire departments, from the city of Goldsboro to the volunteer fire departments. All month long, we'll hear all kinds of information about how to prevent fires in your home, school, places you work, and so on and so forth.
That's exactly right. But in addition to all that, it's also Thanksgiving Day in Canada.
Today,
October 8th, is Thanksgiving in Canada. Today is also, and you don't hear so much about this anymore, today is Columbus Day. This is the day that Columbus Day is observed. Actually,
Right.
Columbus Day is October 12th. But today it's observed because it's the Monday nearest October 12th.
okay.
All right.
And don't forget, mark your calendars for this as well.
What?
If you are interested in doing a 5K obstacle course that is maybe a little unique and a little bit different, you can do our second Hillbilly Hike.
Oh, yeah.
We had one not long ago, and it was a huge success. And now we've had so many people requesting that we hold another one. Mark your calendars for May 4th, 2013. It will be once again at Waynesboro Park, just like the first one was. It was a fantastic location. And they will have many different obstacle courses for you to participate in as you're out there throughout the day. And we'll give you more information closer to time. But go ahead and get it on your calendar.
People are still talking about that.
I know.
That
It was a great event.
It was. People had a ball.
Well
with it.
over 100 people that participated in it. And I do believe the next one will be even larger.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
It was great.
Well, Kim, today, October 8th, and we're going to hear next from our newest member of the Wayne County government community, but it's also the Board of Elections, which is actually a state organization. But Rosemary Blizzard is our new Board of Elections director. So let's hear from Rosemary Blizzard of the Wayne County Board of Elections. Today we're talking with Rosemary Blizzard of the Wayne County Board of Elections office, and we want to talk about, by the way, welcome.
Thank you.
We want to talk today about absentee ballots. What are absentee ballots, and who qualifies to use absentee ballots?
Okay, absentee ballots are ballots that are cast by voters, registered voters in the county, away from the precinct, away from the polling place.
Okay.
There's two types of absentee ballots. There are the absentee ballots that we mail to you as a voter who has made a request for one.
Okay.
And then also an extension of absentee voting is one-stop voting.
Ah, okay. So those two types of voting fall under the same umbrella,
Pretty much.
but I would have to guess that absentee voting is actually being away from a precinct or away from a polling place, whereas one-stop voting is actually taking place in a polling place.
That is correct.
Okay. But the absentee ballots, do you have to provide a doctor's note or an excuse for not being able to attend a polling place or go to a polling place?
Not anymore. A long time ago you did. You had to have a very valid excuse. And several years ago they lifted that, and we went to what's called a no excuse absentee voting.
Oh, okay. All right. So anybody who's registered to vote can vote by absentee ballot.
That is correct.
Now, how do you do that?
Okay. If you would like to get an absentee ballot mailed to you, just simply need to send a request to my office. And all that request needs to be is it needs to be handwritten. Certainly you could use your laptop to type out the pertinent information that I'll go over. But again, it needs to be produced by you, the voter, and not on some pre-designed form.
Right.
We have those in our office that we use, but as far as out in the public, we don't allow anything pre-published.
Right.
But the information that we need is your name, your date of birth, the address that you're registered at, your residence address here in the county, and then the mailing address that you need to send the ballot to. And we get a lot of requests from people who are working out of town. We get a lot of requests from students who may be at a college or university away from Wayne County. And then also we get a lot from the elderly who just don't want to get out. And then if you just don't want to wait in line, if you want to do it on your time, then you get an absentee
So regardless of the reason,
that is,
if you're a registered voter, you can get an absentee ballot, fill it out, and get it back.
That's correct.
Now, when do you have to have it back?
I need it back by 5 p.m. the day before the election, which for this year will be November the 5th.
Okay, so it has to be in your possession no later than 5 o'clock Monday, November 5th. And is that actually in your possession, or does a postmark count, or what?
In my possession is better. Now, there are provisions for using the postmark, and the board will, make a determination about the status of those ballots.
But doesn't that create a bottleneck? Doesn't that create a bit of a problem for the board to have to sit and figure out?
It can, and I would advise any voter, whether they're mailing it back to us or hand delivering it. They can hand deliver the ballot, and it has to be a voter or a near relative who hand delivers it.
It has to be the voter or a near relative who brings it in.
Can't go around just collecting up absentee ballots and bringing them in for us. As helpful as that may sound, it's not allowed.
Okay. So they have to have it back to you. So the thing is that they need to call as soon as possible to request the ballot.
Well, they can call, but we really prefer that the requests need to be written. And I will say also, too, that if the voter is not able to do that request, a near relative can do that for them.
Okay.
So they can go that route as well.
So how do you verify everything?
Well, the first thing we do when we get the request in is we check our voter registration to make sure that voter's registered.
Right.
And from there, we've done scans of the signatures from previous voter registration documents. So we can take a look at that and make sure that everything is on the up and up. And so far, we've had very good response.
That's good. I would think that a lot of people forget about that they don't realize that their signature is actually on file.
That's correct. That was a program that we started about 2 years ago with across the state. And that's probably the most important thing, but it's probably the most common thing when I get absentee requests is they forget to sign it. And I really, really need that signature. And once you return it to me, and there's several ways it can be returned. They can return the request by mail or send us the request by mail. They can also scan it in and send it in via email as an attachment. But I've got to see that original signature. That's probably the most important thing.
Okay. You've got to see the original signature. And if anyone has any questions about this, then they can call you.
Absolutely.
All right. And the number is?
919-731-1411.
All right. Absentee ballots. And does that also, does that include or work for the military as well?
Absolutely. The military, and I know with having Seymour Johnson here that there's quite a few military here. If the military voter is out of Wayne County, if they're here in Wayne County, we treat them pretty much like everybody else. But if they're stationed away from the county, they're on active duty, or their spouses and dependents are or away from the county, then they can go through the Federal Voting Assistance Program website, which is fvap.gov.
FVAP, Frank Victor Albert Paul.
That's correct.
Okay.
And from there, I'm going to throw another one at you.
Oh boy.
They can request or make their absentee request as well as their registration request through a federal postcard application, FPCA.
Frank Paul Charlie Apple.
You got it. You got it.
Okay. Okay. Now, if anyone wants to follow that a little closer, they can call your office and ask.
Absolutely.
About all the letters and
I
all
would
that.
rather get 1,000 phone calls today and every day right up until the election instead of having 10 on election day.
Got it. Got it.
I still have time to help everybody.
All right. Very good. There you have it. So if you have questions about your absentee ballots, the number to call is 919-731-1411. Right?
That's right.
Director Rosemary Blizzard of the Wayne County Board of Elections, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV. And we're back on WGTV today. It is a Monday. It's October 8th, and thank you for being with us. Happy Columbus Day.
Happy birthday, Michael. Yeah, it's my husband's birthday today.
Oh, is it really?
It is.
Happy birthday, Michael.
That's right. Happy birthday, Michael.
All right. You going to get him a car?
A car? I don't believe so, but happy birthday. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Let's talk about Jazz on George.
Let's do that. Oh, boy, big event coming up.
That's right. On George Street, of course. I think it's 101 George Street. We will be having Jazz on George, which means from 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m., bring your blankets, quilts, whatever you want, lawn chairs, whatever you'd like to sit on, and come enjoy some jazz music all afternoon. They'll have,
man.
They'll have free food and beverages and activities
yeah.
for children. Woo. So it's a nice, I think it's a Sunday afternoon.
Cool.
Is it Sunday or Saturday? October 27th. I'm not sure.
Is that this month?
Yes, October 27th.
It's in October. It's on the 27th.
It certainly is. But
Right.
1 to 7 p.m., free of charge, don't cost a thing, nice family day.
It really is. It's going to be nice. Really
Sure
nice.
is.
Love jazz. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. Also, October 16th, the Friends of the Willowdale. I mentioned this in previous break here. This is big, though. This is really big. If you're into history of any kind, the Friends of the Willowdale Cemetery is a new organization. They're going to have their meeting starting at 5 o'clock on the 16th at the Wayne County Museum. And that's on North William Street, as you know, in Goldsboro. The topic will be preserving Goldsboro's oldest cemetery. And the Friends of Willowdale are a new group dedicated to preserving the cemetery for future generations of Goldsboro and Wayne County.
There is a lot of history there.
There is a tremendous
If you've never toured it, I know it seems odd to say go tour a cemetery, but really that is the oldest cemetery we have that I'm aware of. Yeah. And there are people that are buried there that go back so many years that I know I toured it with a leadership group, and I was amazed by who you'll see. I think you'll be surprised.
You will be surprised. Anyway, that's coming up on the 16th, and if you have any questions, you can call the museum, 734-5023. 734-5023, and I'll be repeating that later on.
Yes.
All right?
The Arts Council of Wayne County will be having their first Friday be coming up soon. Or is it today? Nope, it was this past Friday, wasn't it?
It was this past Friday. Today's Monday.
That's right, that's right. Well, every Friday, the first Friday of every month, the Arts Council of Wayne County hosts what they call First Friday, and it's an event where you can come and meet a lot of local artists and see their work, talk to them a little bit, talk about the programs that the Arts Council offers. They have free food and beverages, and they will be serving wine that night. And you can look at the different art that is exhibited in their new venue. Of course, they have moved downtown Goldsboro, and we're excited to have them.
Yeah.
And Sarah Merritt, which is the director, will be talking that night about what exhibits will be coming up soon and what all you can look forward to seeing. So it's just a nice time and nice way to get to know the new venue the Arts Council brings and all the exciting programs they offer as well.
My apologies for dropping that microphone. I know that was kind of noisy for some there, but
the first Friday of every month.
First Friday, and today is the second Monday if you're keeping track. Just if you're keeping track.
Yes, it is.
Today is also Ozzie and Harriet Day. You ever heard of Ozzie and Harriet?
I have.
All right. Well, they were so popular at one time on radio and on television. They debuted this day on their 9th wedding anniversary on CBS Radio in 1944. The adventures of Ozzie and Harriet continued on radio and then on television through 1966. Now, Ozzie was an Eagle Scout.
Really?
And when he became an Eagle Scout, he was the youngest in America to become an Eagle Scout.
Oh my goodness. Do you know how old he was when he became an Eagle Scout?
2. No, I don't know. Don't know. But he was the youngest in America. I don't know his age. But he went on and became big in the entertainment industry, a singer, and Harriet was a singer in a big band. And then they met, and of course the
Ozzie and Harriet,
the Ozzie and Harriet program was very popular. It's kind of like Seinfeld. It was a show about nothing.
Yes.
But all
Just
kinds
funny.
of crazy situations happened.
Yeah.
It was just hilarious. And then, of course, the result of their marriage, of course, was David Nelson, who was actually a circus trapeze artist at one time in his life, and Ricky Nelson, one of my favorite entertainers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. How do you know these things?
I don't know. I make a lot of it up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I don't know.
You're interested in historic tidbits, huh?
I'm very interested in entertainment history. History, not current entertainment,
Right,
because I don't
right.
think current entertainment's very entertaining. That's my opinion. But old TV, old movies, and all that.
And I think I've mentioned this before, but I want to remind everybody one more time. If you are interested in purchasing limited edition historic Christmas ornaments,
Oh, yeah.
the Downtown Goldsboro Development Corporation has their limited edition ornaments on sale right now. They're $15 each and have been for years. And they are ornaments that favor or that are replicas of downtown buildings, from the Paramount to the Veterans Memorial to so on and so on.
City Hall.
City Hall, that's
City
right.
Hall.
There's many.
Yeah.
I think we also have the courthouse. There's lots that they offer, but they're $15, and most of them are made out of brass. And you can purchase those limited edition Christmas ornaments from the Downtown Goldsboro Development Corporation, which is right here on Walnut Street. You can visit their website, which is dgdc.org, and they have information there
How do you
as
spell
well.
that?
dgdc.org.
Got it.
But they are beautiful ornaments. I have
Yes, they
quite a
are.
few myself, and I know you mentioned that you
I
have
have
several.
some as well, but you know, they make wonderful gifts.
They do.
Make beautiful Christmas gifts, and they're only 15 bucks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice piece of history to keep forever.
Yes, indeedy. Okay, coming up next here on WGTV today, let's see who we have. Coming up next, we have Paige Learnard from Crime Stoppers. We're also going to hear and get a report and update from the Arts Council of Wayne County. That's up next on WGTV today.
Hi, good morning, and welcome to WGTV Today. I'm Kim Best, your host. Today I have with me Paige Learnard, and she is the Law Enforcement Officer for Crime Stoppers. I think you'll be excited to hear all the details and the history of what this organization has done for our community through the years. Welcome, Paige.
Good morning.
Glad to have you here, and I am excited myself to hear about Crime Stoppers and what all it entails and how it's made up and the history. So if you'll start telling me a little bit about when Crime Stoppers started in our community and what its purpose is.
Well, Crime Stoppers is actually a national organization, so it's all over the United States. It started back in 1976 by an officer in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and basically has the same foundation now and the same reasons behind it as it did in '76. And over the years, it's just evolved and it's stretched out to all the other states. Wayne County's approximately had the program for about 30 years, roughly, and it's
Really, that long? 30
it's
years?
been approximately 30 years. It has a member of board members, a team that's set together. They are the ones that monitor the program. This is not a police program. It is a program for all of Wayne County. The meetings are not held at the police department. They're actually held in the Chamber of Commerce.
So this is a nonprofit organization,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
standalone nonprofit
Yep.
organization. Okay.
Yes, it is. And I am just basically kind of like the law enforcement liaison part of the program. I actually have a member of boards, people that they monitor everything. So basically that's consisted of members of the community,
Right.
businesses, citizens. They sit on the board. They agree or disagree with what decisions I make. I meet with them every month and I explain each payment that I make from their monies, and we kind of converse over the case and how Crime Stoppers is working for the month. They are the ones that help organize and raise the money every year for the program.
But where do your funds come from?
Well, the funds are coming 100% from the community. Some are from businesses and some are from just members of the citizens out here in the community.
So total donations?
Yeah, it's a complete donation process.
Okay, so there's a misconception there. We want to make sure that is clear. Number one, you're a nonprofit.
Yes.
You are run by a board made
Yes.
up of community members right here in our county.
Yes, ma'am.
You are totally funded through donations.
Yes.
No money given from the state or the federal government.
No.
Totally funded through community members giving to the Crime Stoppers organization.
Correct. That's correct.
Okay? Now tell me, you said you all raise money, so what do you do with these funds that are raised for Crime Stoppers?
Well, the monies are monitored by the board. We have an annual event every year that this year what it's evolved into is a reverse drawing.
Okay.
November 1st of this year is.
And where will that be held?
That is at the Wayne County Shrine Club.
Okay, and that's in Dudley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
in
old
Dudley.
117.
Yes, the grand prize this year is a $5,000 cash.
Oh, wow.
So that's quite a
nice
incentive.
large prize, yes.
Yeah, it is an incentive.
So that's November
1st.
November 1st at the Shrine Club in Dudley.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And the tickets are being sold by board members, and you can contact Crime Stoppers if you want a ticket also.
Okay.
And so
we'll give that number at the end.
Yeah, they cook a wonderful steak dinner every year, and it ends up being a lot of fun.
Okay, so now you've got these funds that you raise, and I know in years past, a lot of the community members may remember the big telethons that Crime Stoppers held in our community, and that was the fundraiser for years. And now you don't do that any longer. Now you do the reverse raffle.
Yeah.
So now you've raised this money. So what does Crime Stoppers do with the money? You were telling me earlier about you can make payments to people in the community that call in and give leads that actually go towards an arrest for a felony. Is that correct?
That's correct. One of the big misconceptions that I want to get out there is that Crime Stoppers is for all of Wayne County, not just the city limits of Goldsboro. A lot of people get confused because they know I work for the police department.
Right.
And I do, and although that I work for it, I cover all of Wayne County when it comes to Crime Stoppers.
So Crime Stoppers is countywide.
Yes, it's countywide, and I get information on other counties and other states sometimes, and I coordinate that to whatever agency it needs to go to.
Okay.
But mainly it's all of Wayne County.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't understand that I could pay for a wide variety of stuff. I have to pay on information that leads to felony arrest. So it can't just be recovering a lost ID on the side of the road.
Right.
But if that does lead to a felony arrest during that, then yes, I can pay for that. But I pay for information, anything from copper theft. If somebody's telling us who's stealing copper and it leads us to the person and the property and becomes an arrest. I pay for people calling in if somebody has an outstanding warrant. They know they're hiding in a certain residence.
Right.
As long as it's a felony warrant, I can pay them when they call and tell me that. I can pay for break-in information. A lot of communities concerned about their homes being broken into, their businesses broken into. Well, we need these people out on the streets. They're our eyes and our ears, and money is what motivates people.
That's
Everybody needs money, and
so these rewards are for that particular types of information given to Crime Stoppers.
When they call that Crime Stoppers number, I'm the one that answers the phone. So it's not like it goes to other people. They're not going to a calling company. It's me.
It is you.
It's me that answers the phone. It's me that retrieves messages if they leave a message, but they need to know that it's blocked. So when they call my cell phone, that number, it's blocked. I can't see who's calling, and I can't see the phone number, and that's the great thing about it, the anonymity.
That's right.
That
so
way
it's anonymous. You're not going to their house.
Absolutely.
You're not going to show up to go ask them additional questions.
Absolutely.
When they call you, you don't know who it is. You don't know where they live. It doesn't matter. You just want to get the information that'll lead to an arrest.
Yeah, and what they do is they come up with a code name. They come up with a code name, something that they can remember, nothing relating to their real name. I follow up on the information. I give it to the officer of the agency. If an arrest comes out of it, I get that information back. I have the person call me, check in with me, because I can't call them.
Right.
And I'll let them know if an arrest was made. And then what happens is they decide where they want to meet, and all they have to do is meet up with me and tell me their code name. I hand them the cash, and that's it. No questions asked.
Wow. Well, that is a great incentive.
Yeah.
And, we know there's been a lot of crime that's been going on in our community recently.
Absolutely.
And we have had a lot of this being very helpful by community members calling in and giving this information. These tips lead to arrest.
Yep.
It's been very evident recently.
Yep.
And we want you to continue doing that. We need your help. That's what Crime Stoppers is all about.
Yes.
So Crime Stoppers is bringing together law enforcement and community members.
And the media.
And the media to solve the crimes locally.
Yes, ma'am.
In your community.
Yep.
Well, Paige, thank you so much for what you do. Crime Stoppers is a fantastic opportunity for people to be able to call in if they want to be anonymous, if they don't want anybody to know who they are. Thank you for explaining all of this. If you will give the telephone number, and you can also text now.
That's right.
So if you'll give those two numbers, and we'll put them up on the screen so people can make sure they have both those opportunities.
Okay. The main number is 735-2255. The number, if they want to text, is 222-5 4230. It's the same phone, so everything comes to me.
Okay.
It's just if they're more comfortable texting because they don't want me to hear the voice, then
that's fine too.
They can do that.
And they're both 919 area codes.
919 again is 735-2255 or text 222-4230.
And for anybody that is interested in making a donation, they can call this number as well.
They can. Yes, and I'll coordinate that with the coordinator that I answer to.
Okay, so don't forget, you got a fundraiser coming up the 1st of November.
Yes, ma'am.
And it'll be at the Shrine Club. They can get tickets from board members, or they can call you if they're interested in participating and being a part of Crime Stoppers.
Yes.
You can text information in to help solve some of our crime in our community. We appreciate what you all do. We appreciate the fact that you all are going to call in. You're going to give us information. We're going to work together as a community to continue to solve the crime in Wayne County and the city of Goldsboro. Thank you, Paige, for what you do. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us today. I'm Kim Best, your host. We hope you learned more about what's happening in your city. Hi, good morning, and welcome to WGTV Today. I'm Kim Best, your host. We are dedicated to bringing you information that's happening within our city. This morning I have with me LETISHA Banks, who works with the Arts Council of Wayne County, and she's going to brief us on some of the activities that are happening at their new location, downtown Goldsboro. Welcome.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're excited to hear what's happening. You all have so many events happening at your new location, downtown Goldsboro. So tell me, LETISHA, if you will, the Arts Council has an event called First Fridays.
We do.
Tell me what that is and what time of day that is.
Well, we entitled it First Fridays because it is an event that occurs the first Friday in each month, and it's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's free and open to the public, and you have the opportunity to come in and view our studio artist spaces where they have different mediums working on abstract pieces. We have photography. They'll show you some of their giclées and just different mediums that they're working on. We also serve wine and hors d'oeuvres, but I think it's a really nice environment for family to come out and to see what's going on at the Arts Council and get an idea also as to what type of classes that we're offering, and just get the experience of the atmosphere.
So on those nights, you're able to mingle around the Arts Council, look at the studio, whatever exhibits happen to be in place at that time.
Yes,
you can talk with the artist.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can purchase some of their artwork.
You can purchase some of their artwork directly from the artist. You can even see what they're working on at the moment. So again, that's one of the personal experiences of coming to First Friday, and I think it's a wonderful social event as well, because we do have a wonderful time just gathering and talking about different things that we have going on there.
Well, tell me about these artists. Like, do they have studios within the Arts Council?
They do. We currently have 7 artists that have studios at the Arts Council.
Are these local artists?
They are local artists. They really
that's
are.
Nice.
Yes, and they all do different types of paintings and again photography. Their work is very different, so it's wonderful just to come out and see the gifts that they all have.
Oh yes, I'm sure whenever you see their studios, you can tell right away what their gift is and sort of their look, and I'm sure each one is very different.
It is, and it is so beautiful to see how, you know, everyone's just given a different gift and how they just kind of hone in on that and just try to perfect that.
Oh, yeah.
It's really interesting.
And I think people will be surprised at the level of talent that we have locally in the art world. I mean, I think people get used to hearing about the singers and the dancers and the instrumentalists, but to see the level of artists that we have that paint, that do pottery, and the list of photography, and the list goes on, and they can see it firsthand and talk with them.
Yes, they can.
And see how they develop their art and their field.
Yes, and if they're interested, that's also an opportunity for them to take advantage of the classes that we offer to try to learn these techniques.
Right, so do these specific artists teach classes themselves?
Some of them do, yes. We try to offer that opportunity to not just our studio artists, but also local artists that are interested in sharing their gifts with other people.
So you all offer the opportunity to take classes in different fields?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
And all that's on your website, I would assume?
It is on our website, www.artsinwayne.org.
Perfect. Now tell me about, you've got some fundraisers coming up for the Arts Council. Tell me, one's Mystery Masterpiece and another one is Satan's Alive. So tell me some information about those two, if you will.
Yes, ma'am. Mystery Masterpieces is going to be held on October the 19th, and it will be from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And what we're doing, we've asked local artists, and I mean several different artists in our community, to volunteer their gifts and talents and apply it to a 6x6 canvas. What we've done, we've asked people to purchase tickets. A $30 ticket entitles you to one mystery masterpiece, and a $50 ticket entitles you to 2 mystery masterpieces. And we entitled it mystery masterpieces because you don't know which canvas you're going to get. Your tickets are numbered, and so are the canvases. So the numbers that coincide, that's going to be the canvas that you get. So it's wonderful because you will get to see different talents and gifts from people that maybe you've not necessarily seen, their work before in the community. So that's going to be something that's definitely exciting.
So tell me one more time when that is and where it is.
It is October the 19th from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Arts Council of Wayne County. It will be held in our main gallery at 102 North John Street.
Now, do you purchase these tickets ahead of time?
You can purchase the tickets in advance. You can go to our website, or you can call me, Letitia. You can call us at 919-736-3300.
Now, if somebody showed up at the door, are they able to purchase them the night of?
They can purchase them the night of. And I would also like to say, we don't want to exclude anyone, so you're still able to come to the event even if you don't purchase a ticket, but it will not entitle you to a canvas.
Right, but you can come see the artwork.
You certainly can. So it's open to everyone.
If you wanted to see some of the artist's work ahead of time, just like what they do, can you come to the studio and just talk with them, or is that not something that we're promoting at this time?
Well, you're able to do that, but that would they're not in there all day, every day.
Okay.
So yeah,
it's more
you probably
scheduling.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. I would definitely call and check and see if they're there.
Okay, but the mystery masterpiece, because it's called mystery because you don't know which canvas you will receive.
Right.
And what size were they one more time?
6 by 6.
6 by 6. All right. Well, let's move on to Saints Alive.
Yes, Saints Alive is an event that the Arts Council used to have several years ago, and we thought it would be a great idea to bring it back. We're going to be holding it this year at Goldsboro High School Auditorium, and it's going to be on November the 3rd, and it's going to be starting at 7 p.m. And we've gotten different choirs, musicians, praise and worship teams from different area churches, and just to come out and share their talents, and so that everyone gets to experience everyone's culture as it comes to praise and worship and gospel music. And we right now we've gotten Continental Society Children's Choir will be participating, the Children's Choir of St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, and the Eastern District Choir, but we have some more that will be announced as well. So it's going to be a wonderful event. The tickets are $12 for adults, and it's going to be $8 for students, and that's through college-age students, and children under 2 are free.
Okay, tell us one more time when and where.
It's at Goldsboro High School Auditorium on November the 3rd, and it's going to start at 7 p.m. Tickets, again, are $12 for adults and $8 for students.
Perfect, and all the proceeds from both the Mystery Masterpiece and the Saints Alive, I'll go right back to the Arts Council of Wayne County, because these are your fundraisers, correct? They
do, but I would also like to say one of the things we're going to do with the Saints Alive event, a portion of the proceeds will go out to, will go towards different events to also teach children again as to the different forms of art. We'll also be offering some scholarships for students to be able to come to participate in the classes at no charge. So it's definitely an opportunity for the community to support the Arts Council, but again, to support our children.
Right, so everything's staying local.
Yes,
all the money's staying right here in our community.
That is correct.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. This has been so informative. It sounds like you all are staying busy. You have lots of art opportunities to offer us in the community, and we appreciate what you all do.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Sure. If you are interested in finding out additional information, you go to artsinwayne.org.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
correct?
That's correct.
And you can purchase your tickets for any of these events and find out times and locations. Thank you for being with us today and learning what's happening in your city.
We're back on WGTV today. Thank you for being with us on this Monday morning. It is October 8th.
It absolutely is. And let me tell you a little bit about what the Chamber of Commerce here in Wayne County offers. They have several workshops coming up soon, and they offer workshops year-round. And some of the workshops that they're offering soon, Wayne, are a social media workshop, and it tells you all about blogging and feeds and how to work social media and much more detail than just your basic information. And they also have a workshop coming up about 2012 taxes and workers' compensation.
Oh, that's a biggie.
So if you're interested in doing your own taxes or just learning more about it, they offer a workshop right there at the Chamber of Commerce, and you can find all this information on their website. It'll give you details of when, where, if there's a cost involved and that type thing. But they offer these workshops year-round, so if you just visit their website periodically, you can find what they do offer, and maybe some interest you. But I think there is a small fee, and you can find all this information out on Wayne County Chamber of Commerce website.
All right, which is WayneCountyChamber.com.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hope so.
It is.
Hope so.
It is. Okay.
Tell us about voting. I think it's coming up.
It's coming up, and as you heard earlier in our broadcast today, when Rosemary Blizzard was in with us, our new director here of the Board of Elections in Wayne County, we have our early voting, one-stop voting, beginning on the 18th, I believe it is here.
That's right.
In Wayne County. And on October 18th, you have an opportunity to vote. If you're a registered voter here in Wayne County, you can go to the early voting site and cast your vote for president, for governor, and the list goes on and on and on. Several judges involved.
Local government.
This is a big election, so I do hope you do your homework and don't just vote for the person that the guy down the street, your neighbor, says, hey, you ought to vote for Joe, what's his name? Don't do that. Do a little research. Do a little research and find out who you want in a particular office.
And what they stand for.
And what they stand for, and make sure you know who you're voting for.
That's right. Well, is there a website they can go to, Wayne, to find out additional information?
If you want to get in more information about the Board of Elections and whether you're registered to vote or any kind of voter registration information, or even where you should go and vote, because there's all kinds of information available, you go to waynegov.com/BOE, Board of Elections, BOE, waynegov.com/BOE.
That's coming up.
That is coming up very soon.
Absolutely.
Speaking of coming up, we're going to hear now, you know, the big event coming up at Wayne Memorial Hospital tomorrow evening at 5:30 is a survivors event, and everybody's invited to attend, and it's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. Entertainment, lots of food, lots of things, pretty jewelry to look at. All right?
That were all made by the survivors.
Yes, indeed. Let's hear from Mary Ellen LUTCAVAGE. On our program this morning, our guest is Mary Ellen LUTCAVAGE, and she is Director of Nursing at Wayne Memorial Hospital's 4th floor. And how are you? Thank you for being
wonderful.
here.
Thank you.
Got a big event coming up tomorrow night.
Yes, we do.
And
Yes,
this is
we do.
in the dining area.
It'll be downstairs in our dining area
Right.
on the ground floor at the
All right.
hospital.
This is the Celebrate the Art of Survival. Tell me about that.
Yes. Well, you know, we've been doing a Live Well Women's series for several years now. And the event that we have on Tuesday night is going to focus on women's health as it relates to cancer. And we're focusing on the art of survivorship. You know, cancer has, as a diagnosis, instills a lot of fear in people's hearts, and it makes them question life and death and what it's all about. But we want to focus on survivorship, because there are many, many, many people out there who survive and do very well. And that's what this is all about. And some people find a whole new way of life, actually, after they're diagnosed with cancer.
When you're sitting in the doctor's office and the doctor uses the term cancer, you don't hear anything else.
No, you catch your breath.
You don't hear anything after that. So when people who are victims of cancer get their treatments and move on from there, this is something that will encourage them to what? Look at life differently, to see other sides of things?
This whole event is to help inspire them and maybe help ease some of their fear, to know that they can move beyond that diagnosis, that terrible day that they heard the word cancer,
Right.
and know that there is life beyond that. There are people that go through treatment which can be very rigorous. There's
Yes,
no doubt about
no
it.
question.
However, they can come out on the other side and have an even better, more fulfilling life. We have people who have, you know, found whole new, I don't know what, the crafts. People start making jewelry. People start writing poetry. People begin painting, things like that. Or people start to go out and get very involved in their neighborhoods, their churches, things like that. Life has a new meaning after you have that cancer diagnosis.
So what we're trying to do is let people know that there is life beyond that day in the doctor's office, and emphasize survivorship and how Wayne County and even the surrounding counties can help them. Wayne Memorial Hospital partners very closely with Southeastern Medical Oncology, and we work together on a daily basis to take care of these patients and offer them the opportunities and that hope. And I know over at Southeastern Medical Oncology, they have all kinds of, I believe it's a Thursday night that they do art classes.
Okay.
Things such as that.
Right.
And some of that artwork will be on display Tuesday night.
Okay.
We're also going to have people who have made jewelry. You know, they're survivors, and that will be on display.
Artwork, jewelry, also music.
Some music. We will have a harpist and a violinist from the North Carolina Symphony.
Wow.
That will be playing. And our harpist played at our last event, and it was wonderful. It was very delightful. We are also going to have demonstrations from Top Hat Ballroom Dancing.
Right.
There'll be a dance demonstration and also maybe a little bit in the way of dance lessons.
Okay. I know those folks too, and they're wonderful.
Yes, they do a wonderful
does
job.
a wonderful job.
And one of the things with cancer is we emphasize staying active.
Yeah.
It's very, very important as you go through your treatment and as you progress through your treatment, because you have to maintain a certain performance status in order to be able to get that next treatment.
Right.
So you got to stay active in, you know, in good shape.
That you do. No, you know, you mentioned Southeastern Medical Oncology. In attendance
Yes.
will be Drs. Atkins, Dr. Chang, Dr. Casbari, Dr. Boyd.
Yes.
Also, Dr. Ben Esker will be there,
Yes.
Dr. Swackhammer, and Dr. Catherine Kabunkel.
Yes.
These are all, I know all these people. Brooke Norris is going to be there as well, the PA.
Yes.
These are all wonderful people,
Yes.
Southeastern Medical Oncology, and they do wonderful work here in Wayne County.
They do.
And it will give everyone a chance to talk with the doctors.
Yes, they will be out there. They will be mingling, meeting and greeting. You know, we have the oncologists. We also have, of course, the two internists, Dr. Swackhammer and Dr. Kabunkel.
Right.
And our PA from Goldsboro Skin Center. They will have a display there. Dr. Esker will have a display, you know, talking about reconstructive surgery, those kinds of things. The American Cancer Society will have some tables set up talking about the support groups that are available. We have a Look Good, Feel Better support group, and that helps women as they go through cancer. They've lost their hair. They have wigs available, hats,
sure.
scarves, all those things. They can help them with cosmetics. We have Reach to Recovery, which is another support group for breast cancer patients, and they will have information about that.
And about reconstruction,
Yes.
about, in fact, I understand that you'll be able to, the participants will be able to schedule a mammogram as well.
Absolutely,
Wonderful.
absolutely.
Wonderful. It'd be able to sample healthful food options. That's interesting.
Well, we also have a chocolate fountain, so I don't want anybody to
my
think that there won't be anything sweet there, because there will.
Chocolate. You know,
Yes.
that's my middle name.
Is it?
It
Well,
is.
it's that for a lot
Yeah,
of people.
okay.
But you know, dark chocolate's good for you.
It is. That's what I
Yes,
hear.
yes.
Yeah, that is.
So we will have some fruit and vegetable samplings, as well as a chocolate fountain, some punch, and I think it'll be a delightful evening.
Discussions of the Locks of Love program, skin
Yes.
cancer prevention and treatment, smoking cessation, just a whole lot of things going on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have some healthy eating cookbooks that we will be giving away as door prizes.
Oh,
There's also going to be a luxury resort and spa package that there will be a drawing for.
wow.
So that will be a nice weekend away for some lucky person. And we're very excited.
Starts what time?
5:30 until 7:30. And it's doesn't start at 5 and end at 7:30. It's kind of a floating kind of thing, so you
Okay.
can come and go.
Wonderful.
And we're just very excited, and we hope a lot of people will participate.
It's a great opportunity. It is a great opportunity, and it'll be a great program to talk to the doctors and to enjoy the
Yes.
food and to listen to the music and to enjoy the art.
Yes.
It is Celebrate the Art of Survival. Our guest has been Mary Ellen LUTCAVAGE, 4th Floor Director of Nursing, Wayne Memorial Hospital. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you being with us. I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV. Well, hello there. It is Monday, October 8th, and we're almost out of time, Kim.
It has gone by quickly. We've had some great information today. Crime Stoppers video. That interview was great. I hope you learned something from that. I know I did.
And of course, the Mary Ellen LUTCAVAGE interview, we just talked to Mary Ellen a moment ago. Also, the Arts Council on today, and of course, Rosemary Blizzard. And I thank all our guests on today's program.
That's right.
Certainly made it interesting.
That's right. And stay tuned for tomorrow's show. We have a lot of great interviews coming up as well.
We do indeed. And you can join us every morning at 7 o'clock and then again at noon. Well, the program that runs at 7 runs throughout the day.
Right.
It's repeated throughout the day, again at noon, and again sometime in the 5 o'clock hour, and then later on in the day, in fact, several times during the day. And we hope you join us. If you're not able to catch us at 7, catch us during the day at some point.
That's right.
Otherwise, you can also pick us up online.
That's right.
Go to our YouTube channel. You can go to waynegov.com, click on the YouTube link, and I believe the city has one as well.
We have one as well. You can go to our website, which is goldsboronc.gov, and there's a link right there to go straight to the city's YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. We offer all of those.
So until tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. I hope you learned what's happening in your community.